Hello, everybody. Are y'all ready for Season of Spangler? I know I am. Y'all forget the redness. Like, Lord have mercy, I don't know what I did. I like touched my face. It just seems like anytime I touch anything, it goes red. Drives me nuts. So I do want to go back and try to say hey to everybody, and then we'll bring Randall on. But I always like to go and say hello to everybody if I can. Hello, Mouse. Hello. No, why are we not working, Mouse? No, no. Mm-mm. I got batteries and everything for this thing to not be messing up tonight. Okay, so as always, Lee and Lenore are so I love them whatsoever. They always get us set up with our wonderful table. So takes out the trash, recycles, puts out a variety of finger foods and snacks, places soft drinks and various waters on the table, puts out some white, dark, and milk chocolate fountains, pretzels, marshmallows, and fruits for everyone. Welcome to Mystery of Diamonds. Help yourself. Come on in, grab a snack, and hit the like button on the way to your seat. And there are specialty trays for the draglings of cookies and cupcakes. Because, we got to have cookies and cupcakes for the draglings, especially chocolate chip cookies. So thank you so much, Lee. I appreciate it. Hello, Catherine and Melissa and John. How are you? Robin, how are you? Hello, Tala, Starla. Hello, Jan. Oh, from Australia. Ooh, one day I want to go. One day I'm going to go. I don't know when. No, know when, but one day I'm going to go. Hello, Sarah Ann. How are you? Hello, Diane. Hello, Kim. Hello, how are you? Vlad, Vlad, I guess. Hey, Sue. Hey, Aaron. I'm sorry about messing up your name there. Hey, Tammy. How are you? Linda and Sherry. Hello, M. Miller. How are you? Hello. um, Chaotic. How are you? My brain just went. I know it's Vanessa. My brain went. Hello, Skydelic. How are you? Hello, Meredith. Let's see. Hello, Linda. Marion, hello. We got a couple of Kims. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Merla Tater. Like it sounded like I said something Tater. I wasn't trying to. I know it's Mary Merle. I apologize for butchering that. Hello, Deborah. How are you? I'm so glad that you're participating again. Hello, another Robin. Hello, Leona. Hello, Matt. Hello, Tasha. How are you? From Arizona. So good to see you here. Let's see. Hello, Mary Ann. How are you? Hello, Meredith. You're happy to be participating. I'm so excited. You're from West Virginia. Ooh. I've been to Virginia. Never been to West Virginia, though. I don't think, anyway. Um, I I know. We just didn't. Look, the year is flying by. In some respects, it's going slower than I necessarily want it to. But whoa. My chat just went like, I don't know where it just went. Um, Hello, Kathy. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we need a popcorn ball, I guess, because, we just finished Halloween, right? And, popcorn balls there. Hello, Ashley. How are you, girl? Hello, Susan from Surprise. I always love saying that, too. Hello, Joanna. Hello, Craft Ritas. How are you? Hello, Kat. Julie. Hey, girl. I promise I have not forgotten about you, Julie. I promise. Hello, Cheryl's Sparkle and Shine. I love that. Oh, well, thank you. That makes me, it's just still from work, but I still love my new hairstyle. Although technically, I guess it's not really new since I got it in August, right? And it's what, November? So, hello, Rhonda. Hello, Prairie. How are you? Hello, Diamond Painting with Candace, Jen, and Brandy. Hey, look, there's another Brandy. Hello, Melinda. Hello, Shell. Misty Gates, how are you? Hello, Kylie, Audrey, Cat Hair and Chaos. Hello. Hello, Natalie. I actually have to message you, Natalie, after the live. Hello, Grinchville. Oh, you know what? Even if you can't participate, just the fact that you come in and hang out with us means so much. Hello, Kristen. Hello, Charlene. Hello, Stacy. How are you? Lurking and listening on your way home. Well, I'm so glad that you're able to come in. Oh, so Cheryl, I was wondering, I was like, because that's not usually how YouTube shows you. So that's why I was a little confused, but I'm so glad you're here, girl. I got to get me some sparkle stuff. Hello, Sherilyn. Hello, Dana from North. Oh, wait, no, wait, hold on. Woo, got messed up that one. North Carolina. Oh, hello. New York City. Oh, Lynn, I want to go there. That's another one of my to-go list. Hello, Ginger, Auntie Dawn. Let's see. And then, yeah, I'm so glad everybody's back. Now, I do want to say, before I bring Randall on, I have been a bad girl because I have not kitted up my painting because I can't decide which one I want to do. Like, part of me really wants to do Treasure Quest. My problem is I don't know if I have all the sparklers for it that I want, and I just haven't gone and gotten more of them. And so, like, I'm going back and forth on a couple of different canvases. So I'm a thinking. Hello, DP in the ELA. How are you from Kansas? Good job. Good job. Lord have mercy. I've been at school way too long today. Good job. Good for you to be here. I'm so sorry. Hello, Lori from North Virginia. Hello, Deborah. It's your first time painting a Spangler. Listen, you will be obsessed. If you're like any of us, I'm telling you, it's Randall's paintings are like Pringles. You know, you can't just have one. You got to do them. You just got to do them all. I'm telling you, you will be obsessed. Aaron, mysteries to me are the same way. When you get started on that mystery, you're going to love it so much, you're going to want to do them all. Okay. So, we do have, thanks to my bestie, she's already been on the ball. She's got the, in the group, we already have the start photo. Please, please, please understand that the one picture that we need the entire canvas with no cover papers or anything else on it is the start photo. Okay, that we have to have the whole canvas uncovered, even if it is not a new start. We just need the whole thing so that for your start photo. For your progress photo, I need enough of the picture to be able to see what canvas it is. So just, we do already have the first week progress post up there. Please make sure that you're posting in the actual post. I am going to be getting the list of sponsors up because we do have some amazing sponsors. I am still collecting a few. And if you are someone who wants to sponsor, if you've got a business or you just want to sponsor as a just a person, we do have the link to join, to be a sponsor. Just let us know what you're wanting to sponsor. And if it's a shop, do you have any kind of discounts? But I am going to try to get that up as soon as possible, and then I'll update it. I guess there's a way to update it on Facebook if we get anything else. So we will do that. Let's see. Oh, Kylie, it's your first one, and you're doing Enchanted Evening. Oh, some Enchanted Evening. Yes, yes, yes. You have two going on two screens, Matt. Goodness gracious. They do go fast because we love our Spangler. Oh, turkey for Thanksgiving. That's a good one. Yes, there is the trinket tray, Kathy. We do have, she is in the chat, Natalie. We just gotta iron out something, but she is one of our sponsors. So I'm gonna go ahead and get Randall on, and then as soon as Kara gets here, we'll get her on. So I know that y'all are ready. Let me go ahead and bring on the man of the hour. And of course, I will fix the screens so that we get him. We'll do the big layout for just a second because I was trying to see once Kara gets in here. How are you doing, Randall?
I'm doing great. I cannot believe it has been what it'd be August, September, October, November, 3 months since the last time we did this. It went so quick.
I know, like that's what I was saying. Like it feels like this school year has gone pretty quick. And I don't know. I don't know why I just said school year. I guess because for me, it is school year.
Yeah.
It only seems to go slow when I'm in certain classes that I'm like, this class ever going to be over.
Yeah, for me, July ended, August came. I started preparing for the Kansas City Renaissance Festival. It started first Labor Day weekend, and it runs for 7 weekends. So I have a whole building I had to fill with artwork, frame pieces, matted pieces, small originals, and quite a few diamond art people came through this year. But that really takes up a month and a half there of producing and restocking every week. And that takes a lot of my time. And I did hear when you're going through names, Misty Gates, she is the manager of my shop at the Renaissance Festival. And she's been managing it for, I think it's about 15 years now. Does an amazing job. It just takes she just takes all the pressure off of me. All I have to do is give her artwork and she sells it. It's wonderful. So anyway, that's what I've been doing, and now here we are. So
I always love these events because number one, not that I need any special reason to do a Spangler. Um, my problem comes with what Spangler to do, because the problem is that I start getting them out, and then it's like I want to do this one, but no, I want to do this one, but then I want to do this one. And I'm like, okay, Brandy, you cannot do every single one that you lay your hands on. I know you want to, but
I know the feeling. That's exactly what I've been going through before this. I looked at the corner of my drawing table. I have maybe 6 or 7 unfinished pieces sitting over here at the corner of my drawing table. And I thought, which one am I going to work on, or am I going to start something new? And up until an hour ago, I didn't know what I was going to do. So I just grabbed something, and I've got a couple ideas here anyway that I'm going to start with. First of all, same thing I always say, because I know people watch these things all different times of the year. The books, the bedtime story, the coloring book, all of these are available off my website. There's a link for the coloring books to Amazon, and the books themselves are on my website. The ABC book, the bedtime story book, 2 coloring books, and I have a counting book also. And my 3rd coloring book is getting closer. Each new piece I do, I'm doing a black and white outline version of it. So I've really gotten quite a few stocked up that I need. I believe it's 40 pages for the coloring book. So I haven't counted lately, but I hope I'm getting close. So
everybody's saying hey to you, Randall, in the chat.
Pardon?
I said everybody's saying hello to you in the chat.
Hello, everyone. It's really great. I recognize a lot of names. And like I say, I met some wonderful people at the festival this year, that diamond painting people. It's so fun to meet them, because you just hear the names and you don't know who you're talking to, with the chats. So tonight I thought I would work on 2 things. One thing, I had a blank piece of paper here, so I thought I'm just going to start a whole simple little drawing, just so you can see the process again. Began with just a blank. It was just a blank piece of paper until about an hour ago. I started doodling out some sketching, a little idea here, and I don't know if you can see it well. It looks a little dark to me, but I kind of had an outdoorsy feel, so I did a little mushroom with a little door and windows in it. And then there's one of the draglings, just sitting there watching, and I'll probably have a little fairy or something coming out the door there.
So I love when you put the little fairies.
Little piece. And then I have another piece that has been on my drawing table. I do not know how many years now. So, if you have something that's not finished and taking a long time, eventually you can get it finished. So this is a piece I started years ago, and it's called My Cup of Tea is going to be the title of it. So both my draglings are here. They each have a cup of tea, and they're both reading their favorite books. So we've got a fantasy book up here and a mystery book here. And there's just a little bit left to do along the bottom edges here. On the fantasy book, I'm kind of putting a Pegasus in there. And there's just little details here and there to finish. The face of the clock still needs to be finished. So I'm going to be working on that too. It's kind of like, why don't I just finish this thing? And so that will be something I'm going to work on tonight. I'll kind of work on the big one and then put the other one on top of it and start working on it and jump back and forth. I kind of like to do that when I do my artwork anyway. It's kind of like you get stuck in some spot on it and not sure what to do. So I put it away and move on to another piece and then come back to it. So that's kind of where I'm at.
I'm
So-
sorry, I'm checking in with Kara because I'm wondering if somehow the link did not go through to her. 'Cause
Okay.
if so, I got to figure out how to do that.
Okay. So now
Um,
it's been 3 months since I have turned my camera around, and I remember last time it seems like a one time each time I take myself out of the chat and I have to put myself back in because I pushed the wrong buttons. Okay. Settings, camera.
I did have a question that someone, and I know that you have answered this one before, but
Mhm.
for everybody that is new, also for everybody that's new, in case you don't know, a lot of times Randall will take suggestions for, like, he'll say, hey, give me some suggestions for something like, in the painting, for instance, on the one that he did for the heroes, the EMT and the firefighter, there are parts of that picture that people in the chat actually contributed to, which is really,
absolutely.
really cool.
Yes.
But someone asked, where do you get your paper from?
Well, this paper, I guess I should start from the very beginning. I'm thinking people have watched this for years, and I don't know when I've talked about that recently. This is Crescent brand paper. Crescent is a company that makes mat boards, but this is 100% rag paper. I think it's called a museum board, is what they call it. I like this particular color, and the reason I just have gotten used to working on it, and I think that's the case no matter what you work on. Once you get used to it, you know how to manipulate the colors, and you know how it all works. It's fairly thick, so it's pretty stiff paper. I don't need to put it on a board or anything, and I like that medium tone because then I can do my darker colors and my medium colors, and then my final thing I go in with are my whites and my highlights, which, as you can see on this piece, I've done a lot of that already. The face of the clock's got some whites in it. The cup, the scales on the dragons and such, those are all been highlighted already. It kind of starts to make them pop. So that's.
Kara has finally made it in.
Hey, Kara.
Elsie is safe. Kara, what? No, what did I do? Hold on. Kara, please tell me first off that you're safe, because I just got a message. She had smoke in the kitchen.
Uh-oh.
Well,
So I need to make sure my bestie's safe.
So an abbreviated version of the story. My son is here with us, and so I'm having to cook. And I'm normally a pretty good cook, but I'm having to cook because young boys, and he's a young man, young boys are bottomless pits. So I'm having to make dishes that like fill you up, like lots of meat and cheese and all that. So I made a sausage tortellini casserole dish that it smells really good. The problem is I possibly filled the casserole dish a little too full. And so it's getting towards the end of my live, and it's not, wasn't burning, but I'm starting to smell. And then my eyes started kind of burning a little bit. And I'm starting to get hazy and there's smoke. And I mean, the timing couldn't have been more perfect because right after I got off my live, I'm like, oh my God. So the smoke alarm goes off. So we're airing out the house.
At least you're safe. That worried me.
Yeah, no fire, but we have a lot of, if I'm hazy, you'll know why. I think it's fine now. Oh my gosh.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and put Randall back as the main layout so everybody can see what he's doing. I know when you were talking about that, when you're talking about your colors, you do, you do your watercolor, then you go over them. You just build up the layers.
I do.
Your
The next
pencils. That's what
step,
makes them so vibrant, right?
yes, I'm going to just do a little pencil drawing now. I do this, for every piece. I don't always draw in every detail of everything at this point. Of course, I like to start with the things that I imagined immediately, such as a little dragling here. He's kind of laying there, getting down close, looking at the mushrooms, and I'm going to have the little door here and little windows with light coming out of them and such. So this is a very simple little piece, but I want it to have a nice feeling to it. So I believe what I'm going to do is kind of have the light source right down in here, and make it very dark greens and dark indications of leaves and stuff all in the background. And then kind of when I start highlighting the dragon, I'm going to highlight the front edges of them so it'll look like the light will be coming from this source. And so these are the mushrooms. And these will be, and I do not know the name of this particular type of mushroom. There's so many amazing, colorful mushrooms out there, but these are going to have more of a red cap with the little white bumps on it. They're probably a poisonous mushroom of some sort, but they're very colorful, and I just love the way they look. So
I know I want to say some of the most poisonous ones are something called, I think, like death caps, but they're so pretty. If that, it's a weird way to say that, but I mean they are. They're not ugly mushrooms.
Right. Yeah.
Oh wait, I think Misty Gates had asked a question earlier. I don't know if it was her that had asked that was who is the dragling that's in the Easter.
Oh, the
Was it Rupert?
the Easter dragon. Which one is it? I think it's
trying to think now.
I'd have to go back and look at the piece. I do not recall if I ever put eyelashes. That would be the only way to tell, since he's totally covered with this bunny suit.
You can't really
I would say, well, and then on the cheeks, because Dagmar, the little girl, will have 4 little bumps on her cheek, kind of like this. If you had 4 little warts on this side of the cheek, and I do put eyelashes on Dagmar also. Easter Dragon was done many, many years ago. I do not remember if it is Dagmar, whether I put the eyelashes on. I would actually have to go back and check it. And I have been going back on some of my older pieces and updating these little things on the draglings. But, I've got so many pieces, I'm not so sure about that. That's a good question.
And it looks like, first off, Caden says he has collected all of your castle drawings, all of the house drawings that DAC has put out.
Oh.
I'm lucky I've got them as well, because, oh my God, they are gorgeous. But then Glimmer Gremlin said that I think the mushroom that you're doing there is called Amantita.
Okay.
And they are poisonous. They cause comas.
Oh gosh.
But they are very pretty.
Yeah,
and then Sparkle Dust and Diamonds said, can you have a fairy lying on top of the mushroom looking at the dragling, mimicking the dragling looking at the fairy?
Oh, I have done a little piece. I can't go on to my website on my phone here since I've been doing this. But I have done a piece where the dragling is looking close. I think it's called A Fairy Secret, where the little fairy is on top of a mushroom and my dragling is right there talking to her. But again, I'm not sure if that's on my website or not. You can go to randalspangler.com and go through my galleries and see. That might be in the galleries with the fairies. I'm not positive on that.
I like what Glimmer Gremlin says, if you think about it, having a poisonous mushroom as your house is smart because it means no one's going to eat your house.
Oh, yes. That's a good thought. That's
Like, well, I wouldn't want anybody to eat my house either.
mhm. So I'm drawing in the little, and I don't know what these are called either, little ribs underneath my mushrooms, underneath the cap, those thin little dividers. And I'm sure they have a specific name. But drawing all of those in as it goes around. I've just always been fascinated by the shapes of mushrooms and such. So I do like drawing them and I do like painting them. That was actually some of the first things, even before my my draglings, I would make my Christmas cards. I would do black and white pen and ink drawings, and they would be a group of little mushrooms in the snow. And I would send out Christmas cards of that.
So I'm looking at Easter Easter dragon, and you got 5 bumps. So it is a green. It's with it. So you got 5
Okay.
bumps.
That would be Dewey then. Yes.
Yeah.
And so he wouldn't have eyelashes then. Okay.
So we've got Dewey dressing up as the Easter Bunny.
Okay. Okay. Door here and little.
Thank you, Alyssa, for putting up. So, guys, if you don't know, Alyssa just put up Randal's website. I'm telling you, he's got some amazing things on there, some beautiful prints, and it's really fun to also see some of, because a lot of people will ask, does he only draw the draglings? And no. He's got cats, and it's also, for me, fascinating when I go back and see some of your, I guess you call them pen and ink?
Pen and ink, the black and white drawings. There's a gallery of those on there. The libraries are a fun group. It's all these huge libraries, which may never be diamond paintings because they are so detailed. And then the houses, there's a gallery showing the houses. And then I've divided the draglings into I believe, coffee and tea and books and other things. So there's lots and lots and lots of images on there. And that's just a small portion of what I've done in the last 47 years of dragging.
Caden has a question for you. He says, are you going to do any more big castles like you did Snow Castle?
I don't have anything in mind, but that doesn't mean it won't happen. That's why I like to hear ideas and suggestions, because it just it sparks my imagination. And if I can see it in my mind, then I can, I may sit down and just do it.
And then Sarah Ann, as one artist to another, she says, I have a question. Randal, have you ever struggled with comparing your artwork to others and not feeling like it's good enough to share? She struggles with that as an artist.
All the time. Almost every time I look at any other artist's artwork. I don't think that will ever go away. But and there's so many different types of artwork, and now you've got AI art out there, which I kind of I hate to call it art, but it is so perfect and so spectacular. But I just feel like all you can do is do yourself, and that's what makes art that you create special. Is because it's your art. It comes from you. It's your imagination. It's only you can do what you do. And that's kind of what it's all about, just do your thing and no matter what comes out, enjoy it, and other people will love it.
Exactly. And I mean, I love, that an artist is super special when you can just look at the work and know it's the work of that specific artist. To me, like, you have a style. And so whether you're working on cats, dogs, trees, the draglings, like, you have a style and it's uniquely yours. And, people get excited when they see it. They're like, oh my gosh, that's Randal's. And you can tell when you look at the style of an artist
Mhm.
that, that's this artist. And that's what makes it so special, in my opinion.
And 40 and more years ago, when I was doing my art and I was taking my art out, and I had black and white drawings and I had pencil drawings, but I still was kind of using my imagination for things. I was very concerned about having a style, and how am I ever going to just create a style? Because I had an artist friend that's like 25 years older, and he is still alive and doing art, in his upper 90s now. But
Wow.
all of his
Wow.
work that he had done his whole life just had that look. It looked like him. You just knew it was him. And I thought, how am I ever going to get a style? And at some point I kind of forgot about it, and you just do what you do, and the way you do it is your style. It's just going to happen, so I quit worrying about it.
And I think that so comes to light in the DAC voting, where they have, vote for your favorite paintings and, what do you want to
Mhm.
see us render? And, I'll be scrolling through and there's so many, and then I'll go, oh, that's a Spangler vote. Oh, that's another Spangler vote.
Yeah.
Because they don't put the artist, they just put the artwork, which, is fine. That, they want you to, sorry, Marlon has just turned on the vent hood to clear out some more smoke.
Oh gosh.
But they want you to look at the art, what have you. But I mean, it's very evident when I come across, oh, there's a Spangler voting.
Mhm.
Oh, people are going ahead and giving you some ideas, Randall.
Okay.
We got all kinds of people everywhere. Also from Tennessee and from Australia. I just love that.
It is amazing to see where everyone is from. And I know you said you want to go to Australia, and I don't know if I'd ever mentioned. At one point years ago, I was in the Navy, and I did go to Australia, Sydney, Australia. It wasn't like a vacation because I was in the Navy, but we were down there for like a week, and it's just an amazing country. I absolutely loved it.
That is on my bucket list. Is strangely enough, New York. I want, because I've gone to California. I've been there now,
Mm-hmm.
but Alaska, New York, and Hawaii and Australia. Those are like I want to go to England one day, but I'm sitting there going, I'm making all these plans. I don't know when I think I'm ever gonna, make these plans happen, but one of these days. But I just want to say, some of the people who are giving you some ideas. Mary Ann said it would be so fun to see you do a picture of draglings having a race on the back of dogs.
Oh.
Ginger Jess said she would love. She says, I would absolutely love a dragling with a dragonfly, because she loves dragonflies.
Oh, yeah.
And Tanya says that a sepia tone original that you were framing at the Renaissance Festival.
Oh, yes.
Was just lovely.
Okay. I did sell it there, or Misty, I should say Misty sold it there for me. I don't know who ended up with it, but yes.
Oh, I bet that was gorgeous.
And I do think at some point during this, I'm kind of leaning over here, going through my stack of things. I have a little piece here that I had been playing with. And this is kind of what the sepia tone piece looked like. It's a tan paper or brownish paper. I do not know what this paper is. I used to know, and this was years ago, and I bought a whole roll of it. And then over the years, I used it up. But basically, I liked the darker color for this, and then draw everything in about 3 shades of like burnt umber and burnt sienna and whatever, and then some cream for highlights, and then whites for the whitest highlights. But when you do a complete piece, it's a very neat look. It really is. It's kind of fun
really
to do that
cool.
once in a while. Yeah.
And then another suggestion is, have you ever thought about a big, Caden wants to know, have you ever thought about a big Christmas tree with all the dragons around it?
Yes. And honestly, I think that would be wonderful. I would get a little, I've done branches of Christmas trees in pieces in drawings, and I would be a little overwhelmed by drawing a Christmas tree because I like detail. So I would want to draw every little branch and every little ornament on every little branch and the pine needles and everything. And it would just be kind of overwhelming to do the tree. So I have done Christmas things with a little few branches coming in from a tree. So I decided now, see this little mushroom here, I put a little door on the mushroom. And I'm opening it this way since the dragon is here looking in. And I thought then I could have a light on inside, and that would be the light source. And I might put a little door on over here too. Going in. And I'm not sure, the little fairy is probably going to be right out front here somewhere. I'm thinking generally in this area. And this is kind of the way I figure out my design and where everything goes. And you've seen me pull my eraser out and erase things in various places. And I might have a little fairy inside here peeking out or something too. But I just kind of do a little circle to indicate where they're going to be. And then as I get into it later on, I will do more detail on them. So what I think I will do here, gosh, time is flying by, is pull out my brushes and my watercolor and do a little bit of washes on these areas so you can kind of see the next step is what I do. So you can see since I've started, I've got it a little more darkened in, got the edges more refined so I know exactly where to put the paint and such. And then I will.
It always looks so delicate when you're drawing, it looks so delicate, but then it turns out just so bold and beautiful.
Well, that's kind of where the colors and the lighting and the shades and stuff come in. So I'm going to start, I think this time I'm going to start with kind of a yellow ochre color, just to kind of doing underneath the mushroom here. And when I put this on, my colors, it's kind of a base color because I will be doing colored pencil on top, refining, getting more details, getting more lights, getting more darks going on with these colors. And also, if you know what my draglings look like, they kind of have a tan color here on the bottom side of their face and on their fingertips, on their hands. So I just generally put in kind of a tan color for that. And what else? I have been kind of carrying my paints around, and I think maybe I left one of my paints somewhere else with some of my colors. Still, if you've been following for the last few years, still traveling back and forth to St. Louis, to work on Mom's house. And her house is finally practically empty, down to about a card table and 4 folding chairs. So it's not a very comfortable place.
Y'all have been working hard on that, though.
There was a lot of stuff in the house, a lot of stuff. And between my brother and I, we have gone through every little bit of it and had an estate sale and all of that. And so anyway, so you can see.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
I have thought about, because a lot of people love giving you ideas for different types of paintings that they would love to see.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be okay if we put a post during this event that just, that way it could be all in one place, like suggestions, and you could always just skim through it, and that way if you ever saw anything you liked, it would be all in one place?
Yeah, if you wanted to, that'd be fine. Sure.
What do you guys think? That way we could put up a little post, like a little thing of, just things that you, because y'all have some really inventive, people on here, about them on a merry-go-round, them at a farm with little bibs on, because those would be so cute, or swimming with pink flamingos.
Okay.
Musical instruments, fireworks.
Uh-huh.
I just thought it would be kind of neat, because that way, you could always peruse through and just see some of the creative stuff that people have come up with.
Well, that's kind of fun to listen to. Yes. And as I've said before, when I see or hear ideas, I always say if for some reason it kind of sparks my imagination and creates an image in my mind, why then it's something that, hey, I like that, and I might want to do that, or maybe a variation off of that, or something like that. So yeah, I love to see the ideas, because I mean, like tonight, had this blank piece of paper, and it's like, well, what am I going to draw on this? I don't know. So kind of going back to things that I have done before, but I just was kind of in the mood for doing something outdoors in the woods, so that's kind of why I'm doing mushrooms.
Crafterita says, do you ever still do commissioned works anymore?
I have. It's kind of rare. It's not my favorite thing to do. It depends. Now, one of the last couple commissions I have done, and there's usually maybe not even one a year, one every 2 years or something. Someone will give me an idea. And again, if I can see an image, or something that's a very exciting idea, then I'll go, yeah, I can do that, because I think that would be a fun thing to do. So it's possible. It's possible I might do a commission. Yeah.
Because I know that the one that ended up turning into Cuddle Time with one
Yes.
change,
That
that
was
one
a
was a
commission.
commissioned piece, right?
Yes, yes. And when she described that, it's kind of like, oh yeah, I really can imagine that.
Oh, well, you did
And
a fantastic job on it.
and
We
then
loved watching it.
with that one, she gave me a few, was very loose with the ideas, but still the draglings with specific stuffed toys. And even the original had I believe, a Barbie in it. And
Mhm.
I took that out and put in a toy soldier, because for reproducing as diamond paintings, we couldn't have a Barbie in it. So that's the only thing I changed from the original. So what she has is basically a one of a kind original piece. Yes.
Caden, trust me, I would love to see his library pieces as well. I kind of wish, I know that they would be too large to do as a single painting, but I'm telling you, I know so many of us, if they release them as like panels,
Mhm.
like where you do them as separate images, but they go together as one panel. Have you
Yeah.
ever seen those before? What I'm talking about, like the three
Yeah.
panels?
Yeah, you could do like a triptych, and yes, break it up into sections. So each section would be kind of a nice design and such. And yes, I think that would be an interesting idea.
And I'm telling you, if they did that, I can guarantee so many people would buy all three parts
Mm-hmm.
of those to have the library. I know I would. I'm sure, straight out, I would.
It would need a big wall, but some of these pieces are huge anyway. So
I got a big wall. I can definitely put it on a big wall.
yeah, you do have a big wall right behind you there. So as you can see, I'm just throwing in, and kind of loosely throwing in, some base colors here for the characters. So what I will do, I'll have to let all of this watercolor dry before I can do any colored pencil on top, because even though it's very heavy paper, if it's damp, the point of the pencil just kind of digs into the paper. So
And this is a really strange question coming from me, but have you ever sometimes had the name of a painting in your head before you actually came
yeah,
up with what the painting is?
definitely. It's
Oh, okay.
happened both ways. Many times it'll come to me as I'm working on it. Many times I can't figure out a title at all, and I'll ask everybody I know how to title it. And sometimes Leslie, and I don't know if Leslie's watching tonight, Leslie and Emily, but hello if you are. And we'll bounce ideas back and forth. Names, just words. Say, I like this word in a title, and just back and forth, and we'll come up with something.
I don't know why I've always wondered that. I've just always I'm fascinated with, the titles that artists give their paintings, and I just,
Mhm.
just always wondered if a title just popped into your head and then a painting came from that.
It works both ways. It really does. Yes, yes. Anyway, so yeah, here I've said most of the evening drawing on this, but you can kind of see where this is going. And by next week, I will be doing some colored pencil on it and starting to get some of the lighting effects. The highlights on the front of the drag lane and then the darker areas in the background. So this is a fairly simple piece.
But
And
it's so cute though already.
yeah, I think it'll work out pretty well. So I'm going to jump over to this real quick and show you some of the things I do here. One of the things that I noticed one of the advantages of taking your time and setting a piece aside, sometimes for months, is when you finally go back to it, you look at it and you go, that's what I need there, and that's what I need there. And sometimes when you're right on top of a painting and trying to finish it quickly, you don't see some of these things. So part of it is like, well, this little piece of cloth here underneath, I am starting to draw in a little bit of a border design on it. But underneath all of these things, these pots and books and things sitting here, there needs to be a shadow. And I can do this before I put the bottom in or even after. I may go back over the colors I put in here for the fabric border. But I just kind of do a light bluish gray color just to create a shadow underneath these items, these objects. And this little brass piece here, and it's going to have little jewels on it, is basically just a book holder to hold the book open so the dragling can sit there and drink his tea, eat his cookies, and read his book. So
We have quite a few people in the chat that this is their first Spangler they're starting, and I'm telling you, I'm telling them it's not going to be their only one.
well, I hope they enjoy it. There's a lot of them out there to choose from. That was my pencil sharpener. I'm going to jump over to colored pencils real quick. So earlier, right in here on this pocket watch, I had started to draw in the numbers, and I like Roman numerals on my clocks and pocket watches. And I like to do the number 4 the old way. They used to do it with four single strokes. And somewhere along the way, they changed that. I'm trying to get to it a good angle so I can get in here. I've got my phone with the camera between my head and the drawing, so it makes it a little more difficult to get in here and see. So I just kind of very lightly draw in the little design and the numbers on the pocket watch. And then I will put some white highlights on top of it, which will kind of indicate the reflections of the glass on here. But I don't want to draw it in too dark because it's the numbers on a pocket watch. They're not going to be big and bold, and it's not a major part of the whole drawing. And then I have to put hands on the clock too, on the watch also. So there's number 12, the number 1.
So someone asked you, you have a lot of paintings with clocks in it. Does that have like a special meaning to you?
I like clocks. I like old clocks. I don't collect them, but it's kind of in my office upstairs. I don't know how many clocks I've got. I've got a clock from each of my grandparents, a mantle clock and a wall hanging wall clock, and neither of them are working, even though I haven't really tried to make them work. I think they would with maybe a little bit of cleaning and winding. They might. And then at some of the estate sales I go to, I have found some wonderful old clocks also.
I love looking at like the pocket watches like that. I love seeing like some of the older pocket watches, and
yes,
I don't know why I don't have one, but one of these days I kind of want a cuckoo clock. I know that may sound weird, but like they're kind of fascinating to look at.
yes.
but I
I
love,
agree. I
I
agree.
just do. I love that. Sarah Ann also wants to know, do you ever hide anything in your paintings so that you know it's yours? I know that there's some artists that hide like something specific in their paintings.
You know, I don't do it on a regular basis, but I have done that. And I don't know that I could go back and tell you which painting I hid something in and where it was or what it was. That's the only problem of not doing it consistently, I think, is I don't know where I did it at. But I think about that with the way China steals our images and stuff. But I think it's pretty obvious. It's my artwork. And one thing I have run across with Halloween, speaking of China and other companies out of this country that steal my artwork and everybody else's artwork, um, is before Halloween, I kept coming across my haunted house picture
Yeah.
as puzzles and such. And they weren't my puzzles. I didn't license them. And then I found one where someone had taken my haunted house picture, and I think they had redrawn it or traced over it and repainted it. But it was obviously my picture. It had everything exactly the same, the little kids out front, the whole bit, except it was slightly different. And it's very frustrating when people and companies do that. And it's too bad that with all the great art out there, they can't, someone can't use their own imagination and create something on their own. But
Yeah, that definitely has to be very heartbreaking as an artist to, you put your blood, sweat, tears, and love into these characters and these paintings, and it's just got to be heartbreaking.
well, it's tough, and it's very tough, especially if they show you, oh, this many have been sold, and you go, well, I didn't get anything off of that, and they're selling it around the world. Yeah, but so that's why everyone should just pay attention to where I license to and other artists. I mean, it's not just me. I mean, they steal Disney, they steal Harry Potter, they steal everything.
Oh, I know. I have seen some that you're just like, why, people?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So, see, you're starting to get a watch face here, and something I do want to mention. I just popped into my head before we're finished. Just like every other live event we've done, the grand prize will be an original drawing that I will do and have framed. Just a small little piece, but I do that every event, and we'll do it again this time.
That is
We
so
absolutely-
awesome of you. That's amazing.
Well,
Thank you
think-
so much.
And it means so much to the winner too, because, to be able to have, an original print, first off, to have an original from an artist, period, is special. And so the fact that you do that is just, we can't thank you enough.
Well,
Yeah, it's amazing.
I'm just thrilled that I get to do this.
Okay, so Randall, I have a very random question. I mean, you're
Okay.
going to go, where did this come from? Okay, so I am my painting for the event is flower fairies.
Okay.
And I know that you're a gardener,
A
right?
bit.
Do
I
you
love
have
to do-
geraniums in your garden?
Oh yes, I love geraniums.
Okay, because
my
I've
favorites.
been working on these red geraniums in that painting, and they're so beautiful. I'm like, he has got to have geraniums.
Yes, yeah. I love geraniums. I used to have geraniums in pots all over the place, but I found that in about August they'd all of a sudden kind of poop out on me here because of
Yeah.
the heat. So I switched over to begonias and a lot of them, but I've got a few shaded spots like in the entry garden and such where I can still put geraniums, and I do just absolutely love them.
Yeah, they're so pretty.
They
That
are.
was one of the only flowering plants that I couldn't kill. They're pretty hardy.
Maybe that's why I like them. Yeah.
Nicole, no, you do not have to have a new start and finish in order to win the original drawing. Just the regular event rules. If you've already started a painting, We do ask that it not be more than 50% complete. You need to have plenty for it still to be worked on. And then that, you post your progress pics, because I take all of the entries basically for the grand prize. I take all of the entries that y'all have done throughout the event and put them on one spreadsheet, so that, if you have participated every single week, plus your start picture, well, guess what? You have 5 entries, 5 chances that your name's in there. So there is a Google form. I think I
Yes, it's in
linked
the
it in my video.
it's in the featured section. Yep.
But I think I also linked it for those that are not on Facebook, I think I also linked it in my description of my announcement video.
Okay. And Brandy, did you want to speak to the Amazon paintings? Because those follow a little bit different rules because they're small.
So the only paintings that you have to have a new start on are if you're doing one of the Amazon paintings, let me reiterate, the Diamond Art Club Amazon paintings. Do not just find a Randal Spangler that's not Randal Spangler on Amazon. It has to be the DAC Amazon ones. And the only reason why those have to be a new start is because they're smaller than the 50 by 50. And so it's kind of not fair to already, you already work halfway on that. There's not a lot left on it to do. So we do ask that if you are doing one of the DAC Amazon Spangler paintings, and I shouldn't have to say this, but yes, it has to be a DAC Randal Spangler painting, not just a DAC painting. It's strange that I've actually had people come and ask, does it have to be a Spangler? It does have to be a Spangler. It doesn't have to be a dragon, but it does have to be a Spangler. Or one of his coloring books, or one of his cross stitch and you're only licensed with Heaven and Earth Designs on cross stitch, right?
Cross stitch. That's the only company. Absolutely.
And so, but yeah, that's the only limitation as far as having to be a new start with diamond painting, is if it's one of the DAC small Amazons, just because they are so much smaller than the regular paintings.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And Julie, if you go to look for the link and you can't find it, just send me a message and I'll email you a link to it. So don't worry about it if you can't find it. Just send me an email and I'll email you back the link to the Google form.
Okay. So you can see here, I've got numbers, kind of got a face on the little watch now, and I'm adding a few highlights with some white colored pencil. And one of the very last things I will do, which I've done in some spots already, like their eyes, I will take some opaque white acrylic and just do a couple little dots of really bright white. But since it is glass will have kind of a sparkle to it. So you want to make it just kind of sparkle a little bit more. So
we have a suggestion for the draglings on a roller coaster. I think that would be hilarious.
That would be fun.
I love roller coasters.
Love it.
Oh, Kara, when I was thinking, you started talking earlier about a question, I thought you were going to ask, should I have the draglings maybe cooking but burning the food?
Smoke everywhere. Yes, absolutely.
They could have the oven behind them with smoke coming out of it or something.
Yes, the smoke alarm going off, big bright siren going. Yeah. Oh goodness. You know what? We wanted to make sure the beginning of season of Spangler was exciting. You got excitement.
That's right. We wanted it to be hot. It was definitely hot. Although I will have to say, if you ever did one with the roller coaster, could you imagine if the roller coaster looked like chocolate chip cookies or like something with the chocolate chip cookie wheels? Like seriously.
Oh my God. That would be so fun.
It would be. It would be.
And Brandy, it's already 8 o'clock.
Oh
It
my,
is. It's amazing how fast that's gone.
I'm telling you, it always goes by so super fast. All right, so let me put all of us back on there.
Okay. Well, I'll show you. That's what I've been doing tonight. Got a good start on this piece since it's just started about 2 hours ago. The original did, so we shall see how quickly that one goes during this
Now
month.
that one that you've been working on right there, that one, I cannot wait for that to be done and hopefully, sent to DAC, because look, it has fantasy and mystery books, my two
It does.
favorites.
It does.
And it has hot tea. If I'm ever stressed and I just need a little cup of tea, yes.
Yes.
I need to buy me some more of that sleepy time tea, because that stuff actually works. My only problem is I have to put it in the microwave. I don't have one of the teapotties. I don't have that. But I can't believe it is already 8 o'clock. I'm telling y'all, it goes by super fast, but like it's always so fascinating to me to watch Randal draw and paint and just to see the vibrancy of the colors. And it's that vibrancy that makes it so much fun to work on, like as a diamond painting. Oh my
I could
God.
sit and watch this all day. When I was on my live, I'm like, you know what? Whether you're participating in the event or not, if you've had a hard day, if you've had a hard week, go to Brandy's channel. It will be like going to the spa. You will relax. Randal will put you in a trance. Just go and just,
I'll put you to sleep. That's right.
very
No,
zen.
no,
No,
not to sleep.
I know.
No,
No.
it's just nice.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Thank
Because
you.
I can tell you, as you're drawing, because luckily I put you on here, but then I can look on my computer, and as you're drawing, I'm just like fascinated. I'm watching and I'm just like, oh my God, look at that.
I could watch it all day. I could watch it all day because it is something I know every artist and art teacher will say something different, but this is something I cannot do. And I just, God-given talent coming out of those hands. And I just could watch it all day long.
Thank you. I do like to watch other artists work too. And I go, ooh, why can't I do that?
I think artists inspire each other. Someone said in the chat here that they absolutely loved the collab that you did with Richard, and you and Richard are friends.
Yeah.
And that really was a really cool, it's the first time ever that there has been, especially in diamond painting, that there has been a collab like that. And you and Rick did that. And that was just
amazing.
Yeah,
to see two artists lifting each other up. That's awesome.
Well, guys, I hope, by the way, if you have not gone, and I want to say this because I know that some people have asked us, they're like, well, what if I can't participate this first week? Does that mean I can't? Guys, at any point this month that you want to participate or that you can participate, absolutely. It is open all month long. Okay.
The start thread that I put up on, what was it, Sunday? Was that the first? On Sunday, that start thread, the comments, that thread stays open throughout the entire event. So let's say you get your painting next week. Totally fine. Jump on in. Remember, you don't have to have a new start and you don't have to have a finish to qualify for the grand prizes. Now, if you start week 2, you'll miss week 1, obviously, because you don't have your canvas, but it's not going to penalize you towards the grand prize. So we're trying to make this as easy as possible.
And what I do when I put the names together every week, so even if it's week 2, on week 2, I go back to the start because I put like little hearts that say that, I heart it, like it, so that I know where I've stopped. And I go back, and any that are new from the first week, I add y'all into so that you have your start, and then I still enter your weekly progress as well for that. The only thing that I ask, and please, because just know, if you put your picture twice in the same thread, it's not getting counted twice. It's getting counted once. Just not
And then
trying to
every and then something different that I did this year to help remind people is when I put up the week 1 thread, the week 1 progress thread, in the thread, it says when it closes so people can read it and go, oh, okay. Because if you're confused on it's the same time, same day every week, Saturday, 10 o'clock Central. We turn off comments, meaning that thread is shut down and nobody else can comment on it. But it's every Saturday, 10 p.m. Central. But every time I open a weekly thread, I will put that reminder. It closes this Saturday, the date, and 10 o'clock. So you guys remember. I'm trying to remind people because Lord knows half the time I'm like, what day is it? What am I doing here?
We just want to make sure that everybody, has the same amount of time and whatnot.
Right.
But thank you guys so much for joining us. As always, we do these events because we love Randal's artwork. We want to, lift up one of my favorite artists because, I just want everybody out there to be Spanglerites. I just do.
Yay!
If everybody in the world would just realize how much happier they would be to have a dragling in their life, all would be world. I'm saying, Dewey for president. But Tony, I would love to live in India. But thank you guys for coming. I greatly
thank you.
appreciate it.
Thanks, everyone.
And we will see you back here next week. Next week, we will have a giveaway for week 1 prizes. So just know that we will have that. And thank you, as always, Randal, for coming on and sharing your talent with us. And thank you, Bestie, for always having my back and not letting me.
I promise next week we're having leftovers.
Although I got chocolate chip cookies in my refrigerator. I just forgot to make them. So I'm going to be making me some chocolate chip cookies tonight.
Yay!
But all right, I'm going to let you guys go. Maybe like I always do. Reach for the stars. Grab hold on, and never let go. Until the next time. Hey, guys.
Bye.
Bye.